Little pressure washing here, guys. This video, I want to dive into the importance of setting the scope as far as concrete cleaning is concerned when it comes to oil, grease, diesel fuel, type of gasoline, any kind of petroleum, type of fluid that gets into concrete, especially old concrete that's cracked and broken and porous, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years old. If the person that owns the property or attending to the property or the client does not immediately or sometime soon when the spill happens, put an absorber down, hits kitty litter if you have to, preferably oil absorber, anything. Some people put sawdust down, but if you do not put something down, it's going to penetrate into the porous concrete. Concrete is porous. It's not a perfect flat surface where nothing gets in it. It's porous, right? You have to do that. If you do not do that, it sits there 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And when you go to clean it up, short of etching the concrete, tearing up the concrete, you're only going to be able to get that top layer out. And from the discussions I've had with professionals in the concrete industry, no product anywhere in the world that I've found or anybody I've spoken to in multiple states and all over the country that can go and take an oil stain that's set in the concrete for many years, pull it all out in the concrete, look new again, and there not be a faint tint of color. See, you can get that top layer out, right? But there's still a faint tint of color. And I explain it like this. This is the best way I've found to explain it, and it helps people understand because people don't know. People don't know unless you educate them. So I'm educating you, so maybe if you do not know this, you can educate your clients or your customers, whoever, your friends or fellow contractors. You put ketchup on a shirt, especially if you wad it up and throw it in the corner for 50 years, and then you pull it back out of the corner and you try to wash. Well, guess what? There's going to be a peak stain on that. You'll get the ketchup out, but the white cotton is going to be stained. Same thing as far as concrete. It's porous, just like a t-shirt is porous. You don't wear a t-shirt and there's no holes in it, unless it's a waterproof suit. We're not talking about waterproof suits. We're not talking about mostly sealed concrete. This concrete's mostly not sealed, especially in commercial areas. So there's going to be porous holes in it. So it goes down and goes down and goes down. And when you clean, it comes back up. You clean, comes up, clean, comes up. Short of etching and some products, you got to make sure the products you're using isn't etching the concrete and degrading the integrity of it. You don't want to do that. You have to use the best products. We use hot water, sodium hydroxide-based chemicals. Surfactant, you can look. We use the Blue Dawn sodium hydroxide. We'll put it on there. We'll clean the surface. We'll put the chemical on. Sometimes even we put it on wet, dry, scrubbed it in, let it set for a while, come back, washed it, surface cleaned it with 8 gallon a minute, 3,500 PSI or bigger unit, rinse it, come back, repeat, put the chemical down, scrub it with a brush, let it set, come back and surface clean, come back and rinse multiple times. And guess what? When it dries, there's still going to be a faint discoloration in that concrete. There's nothing nobody can do about it. And that's what I'm explaining to you guys. Explain that in the very beginning to your customers and educate them. We have a pressure washing wand, not a magic wand. If you're doing your due diligence to educate the customer, and the customer feels like they're getting the best of the best, which they should be getting the best of the best. But if they don't know, they may think that you just didn't get the spot, or you didn't go fast enough or slow enough, or whatever the case may be, when in reality is you're doing all you can do. You just can't do miracles. You just can't perform miracles. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. We cleaned this gas station for this video twice, yesterday and today, and we went on it heavy duty with the chemicals, the surface cleaner, hot water, high pressure, and multiple procedures. I'm talking about cleaning it, scrubbing it, letting it set, wash, rinse, repeat. Scrubbing it again, applying chemicals, super heavy chemical, and 100% not even cut. So day 1 we cut it, day 2 we don't cut it, come back, and I want to show you what it looks like, okay? I'm going to give you a good example right here. This concrete's, I think probably 50 years old, but let me show you real quick, all right? I'm going to pan the camera around. Hey, so here's the concrete we're talking about. You see how it's nice and clean, right? nice and clean, right? Look at that. All that's new stuff that we can get up. But I want to take you right here. I want to show you right here. You see right here? There's no oil on here. All that stain is in the concrete. And when it dries, it's going to be a little bit darker than this right here, right? You see all the holes? I mean, concrete's coarse. I mean, look, it's cracked. There's cracks everywhere. Cracks all the way through this concrete. And it's just, you know, it's old. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just old. So, once again, I'm talking about where the engine block sets, the oil leaks, the grease, fuel, transmission fluid, blase, squaze, people throw coffees down, etc., etc. But if you look, I'm gonna pan out. It's right here, and it's right here. It's right where the engine block is, and it's leaking. Now, we've already surface cleaned this 3 times. We did it twice, once yesterday, 2 times today, 3 times. Surface cleaned it, and we've got all that will come up out of this. So I'm gonna pan you back around. You see? Now, don't get me wrong. It looks really, really good, right? But it's not perfect. It's the best it's gonna get. Guys, we're using the best equipment. We're using heat, hot water. We're using the best chemicals straight. We ain't buying these diluted chemicals. We're getting them straight from the chemical manufacturer, 50-pound bags, and mixing them. And when we mix them, we can mix them as strong as possible, which the ratio here, they don't even sell it like this on the market. But you can see a lot of it's come out, but there's a little faint right here. And right here, a lot of it's come out. But if you look down deeper right here, come to right here, you see a little bit of shadow here. But there's nothing you can do about it, guys. See right here? There's nothing you can do about it because it's already affected the concrete. That's where the stains are. So make sure you explain that to your customer. I feel the need to make more videos like this to educate contractors to do the right thing. You got to use the right chemical, the right product. And yeah, some people are partial towards some products than the other. We're not talking about etching concrete. We're not talking about deteriorating concrete and jeopardizing the integrity. We're talking about pulling the product, the fluids like the oil, the grease, the diesel, out of the concrete, pulling it out and removing it once it's been there for decades and expanded. It's went down, expanded in that concrete and turned that concrete colors. So I hope this video has helped somebody maybe understand. I'm going to show you the other side of the store. We did 2 sides of the store. Let me show you. It looks perfect right here, but right where the engine blocks are, that's where the issues are. It looks a lot better. It looks a lot better, but it's not going to be perfect. And look how old this concrete is. Look, concrete's cracked. Look, it's already separated. I'm talking about concrete that's cracking. It's cracking. There's holes all in it. You know, we're going to get the top layer out. Holes all in this concrete. Look at that. Look at that. If you pour something in there, some spills in there, and you leave it for years, it's going to stain it. Hope this video helps somebody.